You know, rowing is exactly the opposite of rugby. It's like it's the small pieces that to start all the things off, and then you bring in the big pieces to finish it off. Let's go. Say. This was this old tannie in a Fortuner, and she gave me 100 rand, but I think she was from Namibia because the 10 rands are blue. You know what? I decided to take off work. I'm gonna treat myself today with a little braai. Yeah, that's cirkelbos. I tell you, Axe must come here and bottle the smell. It will be a winner. Okay, boys. Now I'm off duty, so here it goes. Let me tell you a bit of my playing days. You know, I was quite good. And my oom Johnny, he was most a legend at the Polisie Rugby Club. And all the people that saw me play thought I had all of his talent and then some extra. And I'm a humble guy, and I don't like it when people brag. But I must say, this whole neighborhood thought I was going to be the next Springbok fly half on this side of the tracks. And then, life decided to piss all over my hopes and dreams. It was the year 1987. And the Transvaal, we call them the Lions today, they had bought a dream team under the leadership of Jannie Breed. And it was a Currie Cup final, and Mr. Jannie Breed's men hosted the game against their arch enemies, the Northern Transvaal, you know, the Blue Bulls. You know, my dad, he was a drinker. And halfway through his first bottle of brandy, he decided, no, he's not sharing his TV with us kids. So he sent us all outside to go work in his garden. And as the oldest kid, I could choose where I wanted to work, so I chose to work right in front of the living room windows where I could still check the game. And by half time, everybody thought Transvaal won the game. Okay? Everybody except that bloody Naas Botha. Just like, I mean, he started off drop kicks. I mean, if he got the ball, it's a drop kick. And it's like, and then all of a sudden he just got bored of that and he somehow switched over to his other foot. I mean, it was with the second drop kick of his left boot, and I was nailed to the TV. I mean, I just concentrated on the trajectory of that ball heading towards the post. And for a self-respecting fly half like me, it was hard not to admire the talent of Mr. Naas Botha. Phew! I might have scored. And I can't remember feeling it at first, but and the only memory I have was that sound of iron cutting through flesh. I mean, it's nothing like you would see in the Highlander movies, you know, like swing, it's like all fake. No, that sound was like a. And I mean, yo, when I looked down, what I saw was horrifying. I mean, on the other side of the shovel, there lying all happy with itself was my big toe. Just lying there. And it was not just blood gushing out, it was also all my hopes and dreams of ever becoming anything more than just a bloody security guard. Talent is no match for the sharp end of an unwatched garden tool. And I'm not someone that gives up, and I still tried playing after that. But I was nowhere near my personal standards. I mean, I would sidestep and then I'll lose my balance and fall over, and if I kicked the ball, it just flew over my left shoulder. And you know, a fly half like a was can only take so much laughter before you got to leave the training field. So I packed up my dreams and hopes and I put away my thoughts. But that guys, that wasn't the end of my story of becoming a rugby hero. Hey, now life has a funny way of giving you another shot at glory. Okay, so let's forward about 4 years, right? 1991, the Free State is hosting the Western Province, and I just landed a job as crowd controller on the field, experiencing everything for myself. And then, all of a sudden, one of the Western Province locks, yes, like he just got some space down the touchline, you know, and he was on his way to a certain try. It would have been a certain try, no questions asked. And out of the blue, right in front of me, came a supporter and tackled him. I mean, right there, poedel na, Palas and even. There was the streaker, you know, taking down a guy 3 times his size, you know, and the ref just continues with the game. He like the streaker rolls to the side like after a tackle, you know, and gets up and runs along the touchline as if nothing happens. Yes, like at that moment, my rugby instinct kicks in. It's like I'm a lion hunting a buffalo. I mean, I know which way the wind is blowing. I know every angle, every grass blade is growing. I knew it all. So I started my run aiming a little to his left, you know, and when I closed in enough, I stepped on that toeless foot and I hit him right in the right rib cage. Brought him down. I mean, that was the best tackle I've ever made. Right there, in front of a sold out stadium, in front of millions of people sitting in front of the TV at home, even my stepdad. Dreams. That's a funny way of coming through. Eh? There was more tackle in that one tackle than Mr. Nas had in his whole career. So then afterwards, there sat me and this streaker in an open old flava, you know, a cheese van, the police cars back then, and his name was Brian, yeah. And we just sat there, and I told Brian, "Hey, Brian, I'm sorry, but I'm sorry, I'm sorry, but I used to be quite a rugby player back in my day, and maybe if you chose another place of field to do it, then you would have gotten away with it." But Brian just sat there staring in front of him and said nothing back. So I got up and organized him a hot dog and a beer so that he can feel better. And you know what? We sat there in that cheese van, you know, thinking about the meaning of life. And but maybe Brian, he was only thinking about what cuck story to spin his wife and his kids and maybe his boss on Monday. But I was thinking something much deeper. I was thinking to myself, what if I didn't give up rugby altogether? What if I just switched to flag?